Hello, friends. Welcome. Welcome again to yet another episode of Tea Talk with me, Owen Fernandez. I wish you all a good morning, a good afternoon, and a good evening, wherever in the world you are. Today, friends, is the 21st of December, 2021, and we are slowly approaching towards the end of this year. I'm not sure how your year was, but for me, it was challenging. Our topic for today is how to filter noise. And friends, we are on episode number 67. Now, in this fast moving world that we live in, we find ourselves doing so many things and in the process appearing to be busy. And at the same time, we are also showing signs of getting distracted by something called noise. Now, friends, when I say the word noise, it can be understood in two ways. Noise, meaning the noise, the shouting, the screaming, the music, the talking, the noise that we can measure in terms of decibels. Just the way I am now experiencing with my daughters at home because of the Christmas holidays. Now, that is one kind of noise. Now, there is another kind of noise, friends, that plays into our minds. Now, that kind of noise distracts us, and in many instances, it also confuses us, bringing some sort of chaos because of the information load. Now, in this episode, I will be focusing on the latter kind of noise, the noise that tends to play within us, trying to pull us in different directions, causing indecisions, causing a lot of trouble and anxiety within. So I hope you could relate what we are talking about. Now, according to experts, friends, we are bombarded with 35,000 messages a day. Can you imagine that? According to me, it could be even more. Everywhere we go, everywhere we look, someone or the other is trying to get our attention. Think about it. Every politician, every advertiser, every journalist, every family member, every acquaintance has something to say. Every day we are faced with emails, text messages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, billboards, TVs, movies, radios, blogs, vlogs, etc., etc. We rarely find our, we rarely find time for ourselves on any given day. And then there are opinions of Tom, Paul. You can just name. Everyone has some opinion and lets it out freely, joining the cacophony, the noise that creates a lot of disturbance within ourselves, within our beings. Now, add to the fact that at the same time, we are also called to work. We are also called to send messages, and we also have something to get across. Now, hear this out very well. On average, most people speak about 16,000 words a day. Now, I'm sure introverts will be saying, no, 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 that's not me. But listen to what I say. On average, most people speak about 16,000 words a day. Now, that includes you and me. So, we too could create and be part of the noise that we are creating for others. Noise, noise, and more noise. So, the question here arises is what can we do? Of course, friends, it's not possible to just shut out all the noise and behave like, like you are deaf. It's not possible. It isn't possible to block out all noise, and even if you do, how long will it last? We need people, we need social interactions. We are social beings and we need to function as well. So having said that, we need to discern and make the right choices, which I call filtering the noise. Friends, most of the noise in our lives is because we choose to give importance to it. And thus, it is our choice, it is in our hands to filter it out for our own good. We tend to follow unhealthy patterns over the years, which makes it difficult for us to notice the value of stillness, the value of serenity, the value of calmness in our lives. Now, towards the end of the year, it's a great time for reflection. We should learn and not let the noise of others in any way, be it social media or through opinions or through people that try to bring us down or through critical talk. We need to just shift and listen to the inner voice that mostly will be in your favor. So, as I start this, friend, we can filter out the noise and we can try to focus on the true meaning of our existence, on the true meaning of what life is. We need to find stillness instead of constantly being distracted. This not only helps us understand ourselves better, but it also increases our productivity and helps us grow as individuals. So it is quite important to filter the noise from our lives and enjoy our own company, and in the process, prioritize ourselves and evolve and grow. So, enough said for the start. So, in this episode, friends, I will share 5 simple ways how you could filter the noise. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, take a comfortable seat, relax as we go deeper into this topic. Please let me know in the chat box where you are watching from. And if you want to say hello, you're more than welcome. And I will shout out to you. Friends, today is the 21st of December 2021. I see a very good friend of mine, Rakesh Shetty from Bombay. Wonderful, Rakesh. So nice to see you. He says, Merry Christmas. Same to you. Oh, I see my daughters on YouTube today. Hello, Vicky, and hello, Lisa. I also see a consistent Peter Bodaj, always showing up. Christmas is upon us, he says, and let us gain knowledge from your wise words. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, friends, let's get into this topic. As usual, I like to pick up quotes from well known personalities relevant to the topic that we are discussing. And today, if you see the gentleman on the screen, his name is Seth Godin. Now, Seth Godin is an American author, a businessman, a marketer, and a public speaker. Very powerful indeed. He's also considered to be the ultimate entrepreneur, friends. He's also the author of 17 books, including a series of 10 children books with the name Worlds of Power. And in addition to all this, Gordon also posts a daily blog. Now, look at what he has to say, and I quote: Until you remove the noise, you are going to miss a lot of signals. Worth repeating once again, until you remove the noise, you're going to miss a lot of signals. Now, what signals, friends, is he talking about? I'm sure he's talking about filtering the relevant from the irrelevant, filtering the noise and knowing what is essential from the non essential, sifting the significant from the insignificant, and so on and so forth. So let's see in what ways can we filter the noise. Friends, following are some of the ways we can implement immediately to filter out the noise and seek some sort of calmness in our lives. The first one I would suggest is try as much as possible to identify the noise. Needless to say, I'm talking about awareness. We have eyes, but not many of us see the way we are called to see. We don't observe, we just see. We have got ears. We use them only as hearing aids, but we don't listen. Identify the noise. And that is the first thing in filtering out the noise, to identify it. What is the noise that keeps us busy and not letting us find the stillness, the tranquility, the peace, the calmness that is so much required for our well being? Is it the emails that come in? As in the case of my wife, every time she puts on the computer, I can hear those emails coming one after the other, one after the other. Is it the emails? What about the messages that keep on coming in on WhatsApp, on Instagram, on Facebook Messenger, on Snapchat, or whatever it is? Or is it just out of habit of being glued to social media all the time? That's very much possible. I see it. Once we figure out the source that keeps us busy, we need to work on taking time to practice pausing. The word pause is so very much needed in our lives today. The obvious question that comes up next is, how do we do it? Why don't you try to turn off the notifications? I did that recently. I just joined a WhatsApp group and I was very excited thinking that they would add value to my lives. Yes, the group was around 150 people going by the name Good Friends. And then all I saw was noise, noise, noise. Messages that have got absolutely no relevance to my life, nor does it align to the purpose that I'm called for. I waited for a day, I waited for another day, and on the third day, I just came out of the group. Of course, before coming out of the group, I tried to put off the notification because of time differences. Think about it. Prioritize what is needed. Turn off notifications if possible. What about checking mails just once or twice a day and let people know that you're doing it just to seek some sort of balance? Tell them that you would respond to their mail at a particular amount of time. And of course, if there is urgency, they can always text you, they can always ping you. Tell them that you will be available on mails, not all the time, but at specific periods of time now that we find ourselves working from home. Why not deleting accounts or apps that don't give meaning to your life at all? Now, I do understand that there could be certain things of relevance, certain things of importance that is expected of you as an employee or as a boss or whatever it is. Now, if there is something that demands you to be connected, for example, you're looking out for an email from work, I do understand. Try to negotiate, even if it means that you have to try to negotiate with your boss or your team leaders or your team people and stay offline for a couple of hours just to regain the me time. It all calls for action, friends. Oh, I see a very good friend of mine, Dr. Sonia Smith. She says, "This is so on time for me. I believe God has brought me here to your channel today for just a time in my life, wanting to block out the voices and hear God's voices." Absolutely true. The inner voice is very pure. And if you are connected to the source to get resourced, believe me, there is a prompting that we most people call it gut feeling that says enough is enough. Filter out things. So the second way I would suggest is find stillness and meaning. Now, this will only follow after you find the source or identify the noise. Once the noise is identified, friends, it becomes important for us to now take action, to be grateful and work on the problem to make life more meaningful. After all, you live life only once and live it well. It's enough. Observe, listen, take time to notice your constant need to keep yourself busy. Let's assume that you are traveling by whatever mode. Now, when I travel, I always see people with their heads down, watching on a device rather than staying present and watching people around. I do understand, yes, you can't watch people all the time, but don't be a slave of a device that does not talk to you, that does not feel about you, that does not understand your purpose. Instead of constantly checking the notifications and responding to messages on phone, find time to soak in the moment and observe people and observe what is going around. Cherish the moment. Reflect on how your day has been. List all the things that you are grateful for and learn to count your blessings. Find stillness and meaning. Just don't join the bandwagon. The third step that I would suggest is, as I said, practice the pause. Now, when I talk about pause, it's not discontinuing. If you look at a DVD, if you look at a video recorder, or if you look at YouTube and all those things, while there is a play button, there is also a pause button. Apply it to your life. Find different ways that work out to build new patterns of stillness in your life. Give time for yourselves and stop updating everything that happens on your life on social media. Don't be an entertainer to people that have got absolutely no relevance, and for that matter, you haven't even met them. Stop updating everything that happens in your life on social media. Why? Because this habit keeps you busy and demands you to check the notifications and respond to them. Most of the people are interested in collecting likes these days. And if they don't get likes, can you believe their joy goes away? Try and break this habit for good. The fourth way I would suggest is practice something meaningful. Friends, it's all about our choices. The choices we make are the hinges of our destiny. And we all have choices. Find new activities that are more meaningful. Look at everything you do from the lens of your purpose. Start a hobby that lets you spend quality time with yourself and with your loved ones. Step out in nature, appreciate the beauty of the Creator, and stay connected with nature. Try to declutter all the noises in your head. If possible, maintain a journal, learn something, or teach something to others now that you know something that you need to share. Do anything that regains stillness and calmness in life. Make it a priority. And then thank me for the change. Try to build a life around stillness, around peace, around joy, around tranquility. Be anxious for nothing. Add meaning to your life. and notice the difference. Notice you'll be a total new person. It will make a difference not only in us within, it will also make a difference around us to the people that we love, our family and loved ones. I see Pratik, a good friend of mine from India, watching. Wonderful. And finally, friends, let go of unhealthy patterns. When you catch yourself in the habit of just being busy and distracted, choose to break that chain, break that unhealthy pattern. Instead, opt for something meaningful or simply be still and quiet. Just sit there and notice your surroundings. Just sit there and hear your own system breathing. Soak it all in. As I said, savor the moment, cherish the present, meditate on your breath, reflect on your day, list all the blessings you are grateful for right now. And once you do it, build on new patterns of stillness, of calmness. Practice prayer, practice meditation, or practice yoga every morning. Even if it means just a few minutes each day, or rather go for a morning walk or an evening walk, whatever suits you, and go without your phone. Turn off the phone, put off your computer, and feel the difference that these small things would bring into your life, and write them in a journal. Identify the noise, find stillness and meaning, let go of unhealthy patterns, practice the pause, and make sure find something meaningful and add meaning to your life. So, as I wind this up, friends, I would like to share a very profound quote from Rumi. He says, "The art of knowing is knowing what to ignore." When I was preparing for this episode and I came across this quote, I just started thinking, not everything is important, not everything is urgent. Schedule your priorities instead of prioritizing your schedules, because our schedules are always full. Friends, you and I know we can't stop the noise. We are bombarded by noise on a daily basis. There is so much of information overload that it is so very difficult to process. And add to the fact that we have got artificial intelligence and we have got all sorts of algorithms working around and so on and so forth, always popping up and distracting us. Social media information that hits you at any point should be evaluated against your purpose, your goals that you have at that point. Learn to evaluate, learn to put value into things. Once you are conscious of your goals, you will realize that there are three kinds of information. The first one, that is perfectly relevant to your current goals. Focus on that, feed on it. I repeat, the first one, perfectly relevant to your current goals. The second one, information that is important and not urgent at that point of time. So, what you could do is that you could bookmark it, you could just make a note of it and keep it on hold for a future day so that it could come handy for a future goal that you could have in your mind. The third one, information that doesn't fit at all. It has got no correlation to your purpose, nor is relevant to your current goal, nor are you going to use it for any purpose in the future. Now, that I call as noise. Ignore that noise for your own good, friends. Believe me, friends, social media today has the power to shape our mind and thus our thoughts, our attitudes, and our behavior and our actions. It's the silent devil that is looking to devour us, and the attack first comes into your mind. This means that you may lose your ability to think for yourself, or you may lose your ability to form your own opinions. Why? Because you're more likely to go along with what's most popular, what's most trendy. Now, I don't say this. This is according to a study published in the journal Information Systems Frontier. Think about it. It will slowly and steadily, but surely invade you and take control over you. If the noise is overwhelming you, or if you are struggling to live in the here and the now because of social media, I encourage you to take a step back. Pause, take a step back, take a short break from it, and think through why you use social media in the first place. And what better a time as we see the new year approaching, as we see what has gone in the past and what is waiting for us in the future. As I said before in one of my episodes, time is the only thing that cannot be recycled once gone. Think about it. Perhaps you just need a quick 1 week reset. Go ahead, do that. Or maybe you're craving for a longer break from the noise and pressures of social media. Go ahead, make a choice. Go on a short sabbatical and see for yourself whether you are free or you are a slave to what the world offers in the form of noise through social media. Friends, when you notice yourself running into busyness and getting distracted, pause. Turn instead towards the stillness and your meaningful activities. Go back to your purpose. Go back to your dreams. Go back to the aspirations that still remain in you but are far from being fulfilled. Build a life around calmness, around stillness, around meaningfulness, and notice the difference it makes. As I said, first within you and to the people that you love. Friends, thanks so much for watching. You will find the references of what has just been shared at the end of this talk. Feel free to use them further for your personal growth and development. And friends, if you liked this episode, please comment and share. Also, you could go to my YouTube channel where all the previous 66 episodes are up there for you to enjoy, to learn, to share. And please subscribe if possible. There you will find this video as well as many other videos. And finally, remember the win is always within you. I, Owen Fernandez, am here to help you be victorious. I'm always available to you. You can just call out or you can just write a mail to me. Friends, I believe in you and together we can. So stay safe. See you on the next episode on Tea Time with me, Owen Fernandez. Bye for now.